Good morning, Steve Reed in Chicago with the morning grain comments. Well, we've got kind of a mixed trade in the grains. Beans, meal, and oil lower, while corn's up 2 cents and wheat's up 8. All these markets are lower than the overnight highs. At one point, September beans was at 14.01. They're now at 13.79. Corn was 5.12. It's now 4.99. And wheat was 6.84. It's now 6.60. I think the initial reaction on the higher trade was renewed Russian attacks on Ukraine ports, both Odessa and the Danube. In the Danube at Izmail, the attacks were close to the loadout areas for vessels. I think that the market is still watching pretty closely what goes on in Ukraine, with talk that Ukraine can still ship out grain by rail and truck. We also note that the 6 to 10 day and the 8 to 14 day has rain in the Midwest, mostly the plains, across the southern Midwest into the Ohio Valley. Parts like Minnesota, Dakotas, Wisconsin, maybe northern Iowa may miss out on these rains, but temps seem to be at or below normal. Soybean market, firm basis levels, both domestic and international. Argentine meal prices are now above U.S. There's one group that came out and said that the Brazil crop right now is close to 163 million tons. USDA is 156. CONAB is 154. Last year was 130. As far as the corn crop, Brazil, corn crop, second crop 108, total 135 versus 133 USDA and 116 last year. We also know that Brazil's July corn exports were up to 4 million tons, similar to last year. We've got Egypt also tendering finally for some wheat. The recent tenders by Algeria and Tunisia all has been going Russia, but the price has been around $250 a ton, which is up from what people thought the floor was $240. June crush is expected to be 175.5 versus May of 189 and 174 last year. Soybean oil stocks around 2.2 billion versus 2.4 billion in May, but 2.3 last year. And also the big news was that Fitch lowered U.S. credit rating from AAA to AA+, citing large debt and also citing the possibility of a slower economy. CHS put out 100 soybean oil receipts for delivery. JP Morgan stopped the 100. So again, we're looking at open interest yesterday declining in beans, meal, but went up in corn and wheat. So again, we're struggling with November beans, unable to push through the $13.50 area. $13 is support. Corn tested $5.23 in the east, now is back to $5.10. Whereas wheat did trade overnight, December over $7, but now is back to $6.86.